am the savviest of mics, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. And well, I have nothing to talk about. I have nothing to talk about. It was like last week was crazy. Hella shit to talk about. Hella news. And it's like this week is just like, it's quiet as hell. After Rico happens, the next week is just, the aftermath of that Rico. We're finding more out and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, if you don't know, Joe Budden got sued by his neighbors. I didn't feel like that was a big enough story for me to want to talk about it. I mean, I'm sure somebody else did. Y'all go check them out. But if he loses that lawsuit, then I'm right here. I'm right here on this mic discussing it all. But till then, we have his ex-co-host, Maul, deciding that it is time. It is time to anoint Sexy Songs for You as a classic Drake album. Let's listen.
I'm not lying to myself by saying I don't know if it's a classic yet.
The same way, you know how I feel about this album? The same way I felt about Summer Walker's Over It.
That's okay.
Which
That's
is
crazy company, but
how is that crazy company?
Because I think Over It is one of the few albums we've had that was like, this is an instant modern classic.
I feel like that about this. Okay. Has 21 tracks, and you could maybe you'll skip 2, maybe you'll skip Meet Your Padre and the joint with Ice Spice. Maybe. That's 2 tracks you skip out of 21 tracks. If this was 2 new artists, we never heard of them, and they dropped this project,
I'd say, wow, they sound like Drake and Party.
You would say that. You would say that. But would you not say the music is fucking crazy?
Of course I think it's crazy, and I know what artists it is.
So that's all I'm saying. If you have 21 tracks on an album and maybe I don't listen to 2 every time it comes on, to me, in 2025, you have a classic album.
Listen, that's subjective to everyone.
Oh, it's definitely subjective. I'm saying to me, it's
Noia, which is an incredible song, is not the new Hotline Bling. And this is where we get into those A-lister convos where we start yelling because I think you guys don't put enough respect on real classic shit.
Do you understand why I said it's the new Hotline Bling?
Melody?
No.
Okay. He dropped Hotline Bling.
Oh, I see. Because of the Hotline Bling, Nokia phone. I see what you're
No. But not only that, I feel like it was an easy. When you first heard it, it's kind of like, yo, what is he doing? That was, and not only that, he released Hotline Bling in the middle of a beef with Meek. He dropped it out on like a 2-pack with like 2 other songs.
It was Charged Up, Hotline Bling, and I forgot the third song. It was 3 of them. But everyone ran to Charged Up. And I remember coming to the pod the next day like
yo, y'all not paying attention to this Hotline Bling record.
That like drum remix shit is crazy.
It's currently number 3 on the top 100.
Okay.
Number 1 on US Apple Music. The video comes out Friday. This song is going to be number 1 on the Hot 100 Billboard next week.
I see what you're...
the Hot 100 just dropped and it's not in the top 10 for any.
Nokia?
Yeah.
It entered at one point.
It's number 1 on Apple Music right now. On US Apple Music.
I don't really know a stat shit like that. But okay, with context, I sort of see what you're saying as far as a song that was like, all right, and it grows on you very quickly of how catchy it is. I just don't like Hotline Bling. I think maybe only God's Plan you could really like compare to as far as what that song did for Drake.
What do you mean?
I don't think Nokia will ever see the numbers or impact that Hotline Bling had. I think God's Plan would be the only other song. But
God's Plan is his biggest song.
Hotline Bling was a anomaly. That was
insane.
Out of here. That was out of here. Even for Drake standards, it was out of here.
Yeah. But, well, I mean, I just like that you pissed everyone off. That's all.
Y'all gonna see. Just remember I said it.
You think it'll do the same numbers that Hotline Bling did?
I'm not.
I feel like it would already have to be on that trajectory.
I didn't say the same numbers. I said it's the new Hotline Bling.
Okay.
Meaning exactly what it did. It was dropped post or close to a beef. It was a record that we first heard. It was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Kind of was like it threw you off a little bit, and then it took off and was the biggest record out of the whole beef.
Man, I would have been so tight if I was Meek. Imagine back-to-back in Hotline Bling both playing. When you're in the middle of a battle, like, all right, man, you got it.
This is all I'm saying.
You win.
This is all I'm saying.
I'm looking at Drake's most successful songs on
It's God's Plan, though,
Billboard.
Right? Or One Dance, maybe?
In My Feelings is up there, too. For that songs that were number 1. He has a lot of songs that were number 1 for 10 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, so
We can't. I mean, his numbers is We
Yeah.
can't get into that.
I'm just looking at which songs were number one for the longest amount of time, and I'm seeing In My Feelings, Hotline Bling. Yeah, there's a couple of them.
I saw a small part
One
of
Dance.
the timeline up in arms over, I guess, Party's reference for Ratchet Happy Birthday leaked, and everyone was in up in arms like, this is why we can't fuck with him. This is why he's not a real artist. I'm like, dog, that doesn't change a single thought in my mind if PartyNextDoor wrote Ratchet Happy Birthday.
Rory hates that song
that's what we're
so
talking.
much.
This is the song in question that we're going to define if we could fuck with Drake or not.
Rory fucking hates that song, yo.
I think the Padre shit might be worse, but that's the only.
You don't want to meet her Padre? That's your problem now.
God's Plan was
What if I call
Drake's,
Padre?
God's Plan was Drake's longest running number one song, and Hotline Bling actually never went number one.
Really?
The highest it went was number two. Yep.
Oh, what Taylor had that day?
And the song that lasted on the Billboard charts the longest was actually Going Bad, Meek Mill featuring Drake. It didn't go the highest, but it spent the longest amount of time on the charts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean, if
Really?
Maul thinks it's the one, if Maul thinks it's the one, it's possible. Listen, I went viral dancing to it, so I like the song.
Every girl likes that song. It's okay. That's why I
girl
said
and boy.
enjoy the music. Like, it's good music. It's a good song. Like, people just acting like they don't like it because they, the beef shit. I get it, but it's like, okay, this is good music. Act like this is not Drake and Party. This is great music on this project.
I can understand somebody saying they might not like it at first and never going back to it, because hearing it the first time, it's something you gotta you gotta be a partier to really understand why the song is good. Because if somebody who just listens to
Or you just gotta have a certain taste level and like good music.
not just because something is good to other people doesn't, music is subjective. If somebody is somebody
So
who
is
just listens
steakhouses.
if somebody just listens to music just in their headphones, they don't really bump me. You know what I'm saying? That might not be the song for them, and I can understand.
Oh
why they
yeah,
think
I
it's
mean
not a good
that.
song.
I mean, we know that it's all subjective. But my thing is, I'm just looking at 21 tracks from anybody, and if you can consistently a month later after that album is released, and listen to at least 19 of those tracks consistently, it's a great fucking project. From any artist, I don't give a fuck who put it out. 21 tracks. It's hard for people to listen to 21 tracks consistently. Is all I'm saying. A month later, the album is sounding better every time I hear it, and I already know what they're gonna do when they perform it. Like, I already know what the arena is gonna look like when they go on tour and start performing these records, and all the girls start posting videos about it. This shit is gonna be everywhere. It's everywhere. I cannot open Instagram and not see a girl or a guy playing this song in a video. It's impossible. Maybe it's just my algorithm. I don't know. Maybe I just follow certain people, but every time somebody else open it, I'm like, you hear it. Somebody with their phone, TikTok, you hear one of the songs on the album. I'm like, okay, people are listening to this project.
I hear that. Did LinkedIn or some company?
Okay. Now I can understand why a Drake fan would feel this way. I want to start with grace. I want to be like, I get it. I get if a Drake fan feels like this is a classic. This is classic Drizzy. This classic Aubrey, Drizzy, Drake, Graham. Okay, I understand. But from an objective standpoint, somebody who is not a stan of Drake, like his music, fan of his music, when it's him and not somebody else writing for him. When I put all that into perspective, the album was fine, okay? Is it still meant to me? Yeah. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. I will say this, the Somebody Loves Me song, I fuck with that song. That song, I didn't fuck with it first, but as time went on, it grew on me. I like that song. But outside of that, everything else that I didn't like on that album, I continue to not like. Raining in Houston, Born Bland song, Celibacy, what the fuck are we doing? On My Way, what's going on here? Fucking Greedy. That shit pisses me off because it's just 2 minutes and 45 seconds of Drake crooning until we get into some classic R&B shit. Horrible outro in my opinion. But everything else, CN Tower I like. Die Trying I love. No Key is good. Give Me a Hug is good. It's some joints on there for sure. Don't get me wrong. But is it classic Drake? No. Is it a classic? No. Is this a premature take? Hell yes. We need to wait, okay? You give it about another year and a half, maybe 2 more, before you go to calling this one a classic. No Key is the next Hotline Bling. Ma. No Key is a good song, but it's no Hotline Bling. Another song that Drake stole. Either way. Look, I didn't tell him to steal the song. That's what he did. Don't be mad at me for mentioning it. He stole the song. Just tell him next time to just keep it as a cha-cha remix and not change the name and make it his own. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that this Drake album that he released with PartyNextDoor is a classic? That's what I'm saying. Even if we judge it off of the collabs Drake have done, like, it's not better than the one he did with Future, What a Time to Be Alive. It's not better than the one he did with 21 Savage. I get this is a R&B record, but if I'm to put it in R&B terms, it's not a classic R&B record. My opinion. Anyways, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.